Hi everybody, welcome to the Successful Showgirl. My name is Kitty and today we are talking a little bit about risk assessments and insurance for performers. So if you don't know who I am a professional burlesque and circus performer. I now coach professional performers on how to get more paid jobs, how to make more money, how to set up performing arts-based businesses, and I incorporate that all under the Successful Showgirl. All right. So here I give advice on business things, on ways to make more money, ways to market yourself, ways to brand yourself, ways to boost your business skills and therefore make more money and support yourself as a performer. Okay. So if you haven't already, please subscribe below, like the post, because that helps me to get this out to more people, to more performers, and it's just generally helpful for everyone, including myself. So today we're going to talk about risk assessments and insurance. So first of all, as a performer, you're most likely going to be a freelance performer. Okay, so lots of performers won't realise this, but when you come out of performing college, or whether you're going to be whether you're doing it later on in life like I did, the majority of people are going to be employing you as a freelance artist. That's going to mean that you're going to be self-employed. You're going to be responsible for your own tax, your own national insurance contributions. Therefore, you are a small business within yourself. Okay, so because you're a business, that means by law in the UK, you are required to have public liability insurance, okay? So if you're performing at the minute as a performer and you're a freelance performer and you don't have public liability insurance, you need to sort that out, okay? Public liability insurance is so important. It covers you in the event that anything goes wrong on a gig or whatever, you will then be covered, all right? If you're in shows, producers should be asking you for these things, and if they're not, I'd be questioning whether they have got insurance themselves, whether they've got risk assessments themselves, whatever. But you are going to be responsible if something goes wrong, okay? It's on you to cover yourself legally. So if you haven't already, you really need to make sure that you've got yourself some public liability insurance, okay? Places where you can get that, great place to get it is Equity. Equity, if you join Equity, you can get insurance through them, and you can also, in the event that people don't pay you, Equity will chase them, okay? Also, another good one is Reece Astley. So if you're a specialist performer, you do fire, you do aerial art, you do whatever, then Reece Astley's a really good one. If you're somebody who's new to performing and you haven't done so many performances and earned so much money from it and have proof of earnings, then it's going to be really difficult to join Equity. Okay, you have to have earned so much money, I think it's about £1,000, and have proof of that to join them. Okay, so if you can't do that, then obviously Reece Astley will be the one that you should go with. I go with Reece Astley all the time. I think they're great, but there's loads of others that you could go with. All you need to do is a Google search, public liability insurance brokers, and then you can give them a ring, tell them all the things that you do, and then they'll find you the best option, okay? Now I want to talk about risk assessments, because it's all well and good having insurance, but if you've not risk assessed your acts or your events, if you're running events, or your shows if you're running shows, or your classes if you're running classes, then you're not going to be covered, okay? So you need to make sure that you've got an adequate risk assessment in place. So risk assessment is essentially looking at the things that could go wrong, what procedures you have in place to prevent that from happening, and then how you're going to move forward to make that a safe environment, okay? And again, your risk assessment is essential to being insured properly, okay? If something goes wrong, somebody's going to ask you, have you got an adequate risk assessment? And if you've not, then you're going to struggle to find yourself covered. So if you don't know how to do a risk assessment, I teach all this stuff in my Showgirl Success Strategy Course. I'll link it below if anybody wants to jump into that. There's a whole module on how to do risk assessments thoroughly. We talk about all kinds of different things in there as well, how to market yourself properly, how to brand yourself. There's a whole module about mindset and confidence. There's a whole module about setting your fees. There's a whole module as well talking all about accounting and how to invoice people and how to record your books and all things like that in there as well. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll pop the link below. I'll also pop a discount code as well. So the discount code is strategy, and that'll get you 50% off. So it's currently 97 quid, but if you pop in the code strategy, you can get 50% off there. You'll also get an affiliate link as well sent to you. So if you recommend the course to somebody else, then that gives you 50% back from whatever that person has paid. So if that person pays 97 quid, you'll get half of that back directly to you as well. That's just my way of giving back to you guys when you recommend my stuff to them when you've enjoyed my courses. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today. If you've not already, get out there, get your insurance sorted, get your risk assessments written, and make sure you're protected and safe, and I will see you all soon.